I'll turn it over to the media for questions. Justin, they'll fire away.
Okay.
Hey, Justin, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. It's Josh from the Riot Report. Just curious, your impressions of a Matt Rule practice session and how it's differed from other practices you've had in the past.
Very fast tempo. He wants everybody running between drill to drill. Not a lot of downtime. Just trying to get that tempo ramped up, just get ready for the season. It's great because there's a lot of energy. You can tell it from him down to the coaches, down to us. It's a lot of energy, fast paced, and it's great to be around.
To that end, what is that? What are you seeing from Phil Snow, and you know how he's installing this new defense for you guys?
A lot of knowledge of the game. He's trying to instill that in us. He's trying to give us little tidbits here and there that he's obviously been around the game for a while and he knows a lot. And, he wants us to know the things that he knows and kind of the ins and outs of the offense. He wants us to know the offense, wants us to learn the offense and how they're viewing us, how they're attacking us so that we can go back and then attack them. And, we're going to dictate how the offense plays. And we want to go and, be the tone setter. And he kind of sets that in the meetings, and it's great to be around.
Justin, this is Miles Simmons from Panthers.com. Just wondering, how do you feel like the chemistry is developing between you guys in the secondary, and what's it going to take for you guys to really gel since you have limited practice time?
It's a bunch of guys that are close. Bunch of guys who, through this whole virtual session, we're still laughing and joking with each other. We're still getting that bond. Maybe we haven't been in the building together like we were, like we could have been in past years, but it's still a tight-knit group. Just being back within these past 2.5 weeks, you wouldn't even think we had OTAs virtually. It's just great to be around them, great to talk to them, great to be in the building with them now. And it's a bunch of great guys.
Hey, Justin, David Newton with ESPN.com. How do you think Matt Rule's coaching style and the high tempo and this nonstop will go over with NFL players who sometimes seem to get coddled a little bit? And also the energy, how's the music add to that?
Well, I think you got a bunch of guys in this group that doesn't want to get coddled. We want to win, and however we can do that. We have a coach who we believe in. We have a coach who he has the formula, and we're following behind that. And if that's working hard, that's high tempo, that's fast energy, that's fine with us. If you're going to lead us to victory, we're behind you, and we believe in him, and we believe that he's going to do that. And, whatever he has planned, whatever he has instilled, we're ready.
Hi, Justin. Vashti Hurt with Carolina Blitz. What's it like being back in your home state, and what was the reaction from your family when you signed with the Panthers? Oh,
they were excited. My family I have family in Charlotte. My main family, my mom and my dad, my little brother, they're in Raleigh. So it's a 2.5 hour drive for them. I don't really know what's going to happen with fans and stuff, but I'm still right here, close to them, and they're happy not to have to drive to every game or fly to every game. And it's great to be back in the city, back in the state. And I've lived in Charlotte for 4 years now, and just to come back home has been great. Glad to be here.
Justin, just on Steve Reed from the Associated Press. It looks like they're going to use Jeremy Chin in a number of ways, and at DB, corner, linebacker, maybe even. You talk. I wonder if you could speak to his versatility and what you've seen from him so far.
Just seeing him work in practice and many things that he can do. He's going to be great for this defense wherever they line him up, and I think he can do a number of things, play a number of positions, and give us that versatility where offenses won't know where we're coming from. He can cover, he can blitz, he can play in the box, he can play deep, he can play corner. And, when we can be versatile like that, we have a bunch of guys who can do that. We're able to, kind of fool offenses, and they won't understand where we're coming from, who's playing what, and it'll give us an advantage.
Josh Graham, Sports Hub Triad. Justin, thanks for doing this, by the way. To that note, Dante mentioned that Troy Pride was playing in multiple spots as well. Obviously, he was known to have great speed coming out of Notre Dame. What have you seen from him?
Once again, another guy who's versatile and can play corner, nickel, and play many different positions, whether it's zone, man, and that's what we're trying to instill, a versatile defense. Guys who can play multiple positions, who have to learn multiple positions, and you have a bunch of smart guys who can do that. From day one, they said, we don't want guys learning one position. We want you to learn multiple, and being able to switch positions and do different things is going to be great for our defense. Having guys like that can do that.
Hey, Justin, it's Joe Person. I'm with The Athletic. Hope you're doing well. Just one kind of like pads go on tomorrow. I know it's August 17th. That's late, not what you're used to. How do you kind of like balance getting ready for hitting and the pads with, continuing sort of the slow ramp up?
It's all about keeping your body ready to go. Coach Rule has done a good job of conditioning, and Coach Jeremy Scott has done a good job in the weight room of getting our bodies ready. And it's honestly on us to make sure that we're ready. We're got to bring the rookies along who haven't played yet, and guys who are playing this league know where they need their bodies to be by the time the Raiders come to town. So I think it's just, helping those guys who haven't been here, and, the guys who have been here knowing where their body needs to get to, and then following along with Coach Rule and Coach Scott's plan about conditioning wise, practicing, ramping it up when we need to, dialing it back when we've been doing too much. And I think they've done a good job of that.
Hey, Justin, Jason Hubert, WFMD. One thing we've asked a few of the DBs in the last week or so, what's it been like going against receivers like DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, with all that speed? What's that been like as a defensive player?
Oh, you said it. There's a bunch of speed, a lot of speed on the field. And I think it's getting us ready for, the offenses we're going to have to practice against. We're going to have to play against. And, having that speed and having that ability to take the top off the defense, that's getting us ready to, to stop those offenses. And those receivers are really good. From Curtis to DJ to Robbie and, so forth. Those guys are really good. And being able to play against them every day will prepare us.
Justin, Jonathan Alexander with the Charlotte Observer. Hope you're doing well. I'm wondering, what are the most important things that you think these defensive backs need to, improve on before week one?
That we need to improve on is just staying hungry, staying ready. I think you got a bunch of guys who, even a guy like me who's in his 5th year, a guy like Trey's in his 7th year, we're still hungry. We still have a lot to prove. We still have a lot that we want to get accomplished. And we think this is the perfect time and the right situation to come into with a new regime, a new staff, to come in and get that done, to learn and grow. As this team learns and grows and gets better and better, I think we'll get better and better. And, like I said, just being hungry and continue to grind and continue to strive to be the best, because we have the pieces. A lot of people, might not know our names yet, but, we have the pieces to be a great secondary, to be a great defense, and to be a great team. And I think we can surprise a lot of people.
Justin, Miles Simmons again. Just are things starting to feel more normal? Considering everything, just because that you guys are out there and you are now practicing.
Yeah, once we get out on the field, it's we're ready to go. It feels like actual practice, and it is actual practice. We still have to do our social distancing and all that, but once we get on that field, it's football. We kind of try to block out everything that's going on in the outside world and just, get back to, what we've been doing since we were kids. And that's playing the game of football, which, coming out there and getting between those lines, that's where it's kind of our piece. And that's kind of our, where everything is still the same in the sense of, blocking out everything that's going on in society and everything that's going on in the world, and just being able to get back to our roots.
Justin, Sheena Quick with Fox Sports. A lot of new faces on the defensive side of the ball, yourself included. You guys lost a lot of vocal leaders and, practice leaders from last year's team. Who do you see stepping into that role so far into training camp?
You see guys who have been here, like Trey, like Shaq, and then, you got new guys like myself, Tahir, guys who have been here and guys who have been in the league and know what needs to happen and know things like that. But, those two guys who have been here, Shaq and Trey, have done a great job. KK have done a great job of leading us and showing us the way and showing us how they want, a Panthers defense to run. And I commend them guys and, showing me the way of how Panthers are going to play. And I think that leadership at the top trickles down and, to the young guys. And, now we're starting to build a culture. Now we're starting to build something that we can have years in and years.
Hey, Justin, Elena Getzenberg with the Charlotte Observer. I was wondering for you, I know this is going back a little bit, but what made Carolina seem like a good fit for you? Why did this team, what are you excited about with this opportunity?
Just hearing how, Coach Rule coming in, that was a guy that I wanted to play for. Just hearing stories and hearing things, how players really want to, run through a brick wall for them. And that's something that, when the opportunity came about, along with many other factors of, coming back home, that was a guy that I wanted to play for, a guy that I, wanted to come back to Carolina and play for. And this was a great opportunity that presented itself. And just a blessing to be here.
Hey, Justin.
For a couple more, guys.
Hey, Justin, Jonathan Alexander again. I'm curious, did players look at the situation with the Seahawks where I guess the guy was cut because of what he did with the hotel thing. But are players using that as like a cautionary tale or, using that to tell the younger players? And do you think the team that's most disciplined will end up winning, more games?
I don't know the details of that. I haven't really got into that. I don't really want to speak on his situation, but I think guys have to be smart and understand that, for this season to go on, some things we can't do that we were doing before. And I think we have a mature team. And I think, we may be young, but we have a very mature team, mindset-wise, mentality-wise, that understands that we want to play. And in order to do that, there's certain things we can't do. So in that sense, like, I understand what happened there, but here with the Panthers, I think we have a bunch of guys who understand that we want to play and there's some things we can't do.
Hey, Justin, Vincent with the Right Report. You mentioned earlier that you have a number of players on defense with sort of positional versatility and who can play multiple roles. What's the balance been like in practice between sort of giving guys a chance at those various roles whilst also building that communication and chemistry on the back end?
Building the chemistry has been great. And as far as getting everybody used to their different roles, we're able to sub guys in here and there and, get guys in new positions and get guys comfortable with playing different positions, and not to say anything about the defense, but it's just great to have that versatility and have guys that can move around and play different things. So with that, we'll be hard to stop.
Hey, Justin, you mentioned running through a brick wall for Matt Rule. You hear that from a lot of people. Explain that. What's he do or say that makes you want to run through a brick wall for him?
It's just his presence. Just when he comes in, he commands a room, and he's also a guy that can command the room, but also can have a great conversation with you, and is a guy that you want to be around. And, obviously we're still getting to know each other, but just from these first few instances, just from the first few, even those first few virtual meetings, it was something that you can tell just from those team meetings. He commands a room and he commands respect, and he, you can tell that, you follow his teachings, will be successful. And that's a great trait to have, a guy that you want to follow, and to have that, you need that in a leader.
He also commands a practice field when the music stops. So what's that like?
You stop. When he's talking, you listen to him, and that's how it's going to go. And that's just how a leader is supposed to be.
All right, guys, we gotta let Justin go. Justin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And, we'll go to the next thing here shortly.
Thanks, Justin.
Guys, I'll throw you back.